or the rules involved in naming hydrocarbon. So the first rule is you have to identify the longest chain, or what we call the parent name. So say we have a compound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then the hydrogens are distributed over it. So hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen all over it. And we are asked to name this compound. The first thing we do is you look at the longest chain. Like this now is it's a straight chain, so it's easy to know the longest chain. But if it becomes branched, say we have something like this: 1, 2, 3, then we have another branch here: 1, 2, 3. We will now have issues of knowing what is or which of them is the longest chain. So it's simple. Since the carbons are linked to each other like a chain, you now have to follow through each chain and each linkage and see the one that is the longest. So for this straight chain, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbon. How about if we go this way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is very short. So we'll go by the longest, which in this case happens to be 2. So that will go this way or we'll go this way. So since if we go this way is 6, we can choose to go by that or we'll go by the straight chain. But for cases where it is not the same, let's say we add 1 to it, our longest chain in this case will just be this, which is 7. Add your hydrogen. So we're having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So since it's 7, the longest chain is now having carbons, 6 number of carbon, 7 number of carbon, and that will be ept. Ept. Then the next thing is what family or homologous series does it belong to? 6 is a single bond. Each carbon is bonded to each other by a single bond. We fall under alkanes, but that is their functional group, single bond. So the name for this will just be what? Heptane. That is the first thing you do. Look for the longest chain and give the name for the longest chain according to the functional group it falls under. Then still on the same compound, we want to name. In as much as we have chosen this to be our parent hydrocarbon or the root hydrocarbon, the rest or any other thing becomes either a substituent or a branch. But in this case, since it's still having the same thing as the carbon, this is a branch. Same thing with this. If we were to have another thing here like bromine added to the longest chain we've identified, this bromine is now a substituent or something we added to the main chain. But as it stands, this is a branch, this is a branch. So we have to name it up. Now we are through with the first step. The second step is number your carbon atom. And to number the carbon atoms on the longest chain, you look at the side that will get you faster or closer to the first branch or substituent. If we decide to number from here will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this first branch is on carbon number 4. Second branch is on carbon number 5. This is on carbon number 6. For us to get to the first branch, we have to go through 4 carbons. So this side is too far away. We start from the left. We have 1, 2. So to get us faster or closer to the substituent. So that means we have to number from this side. So numbering our carbon, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So with this, you will now have to name the substituent and the branches. Again, if you are naming the substituent and the branches, follow alphabetical order. B comes before this branch. This part we're having here, that's C, having 3 hydrogen, can be condensed into CH3. And CH3 belongs to a group called alkyl. So since it's the first member of alkyl, we have to call it methyl. So this is methyl, starting with what? M. This is bromine, starting with B. Now, all these other parts too, they are also what? A branch. We are having how many carbons? 6. 2. Hydrogen is 5. So C2H5. So that will make it ethyl, the next member of an alkyl group. So now have ETYL, ethyl. Now this is M, this is E, this is B. So following alphabetical order, B comes first. So we are going to name this substituent first now. And it's on carbon number what? 2. So that means we have 2 bromo, put a comma. Following alphabetical order, E comes before M. So we'll go to this number 4 that is carrying the branch that has ethyl. So that will be 4, that's carbon number 4. Then you name the ethyl. 4 ethyl. Then we now go to the last, which is N, and it's on carbon number 3. 3 methyl. Then finally you put the root name or the longest chain name, which is what? Heptane. So the name for this hydrocarbon compound with branch and substituent is 2-bromo, 4-ethyl, 3-methyl heptane. Pause.